Hello. Welcome to Old Tables Crafts. I am just checking that everything is okay. And I'm sure it is, but just checking. Yes, we are live. Hurrah, hurrah. So that is all good. Oh, I love it when a plan comes together. So how is everyone? I know it takes some of you a little while to jump on, so I will do my usual blethering on. I am actually going to close the blind above me, I think, because it's quite bright. So I think a bit of blind closing is called for. That's better. I can see myself think now, if you see what I mean. So, hello. Right, so today I am going to be using the counting sheep and sheep dies from the little Sale-a-Bration catalogue. Good morning, Suzanne from Washington. It sounds very strange for me to say good morning when it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but I know what you mean. So yes, Sale-a-Bration. It's a bit of a Sale-a-Bration overload today. I'm using 1, 2, 3, 4 Sale-a-Bration items. So lots of Sale-a-Bration because we haven't got long left. We've only got till the end of this month. And then it's gone away. Then we have to be patient until the next one comes. I'm just going to take a quick drink because knowing me, I will need one. Right. I've just been busy posting stuff in our team page about the virtual retreat we have this weekend. Can't wait. Anywho, so I'm using Sale-a-Bration counting sheep, sheep dies, penguin paper, and the bedazzling paper. Good morning. I don't know who Ron59 is, but good morning to you. I'm guessing you're in the States because you're saying morning and it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon here. So yes, I wait a little while for people to jump on. Things to remember, and I will say this a number of times throughout the video because that's just the way I rock and roll. If you're enjoying the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to comment, please do. I love chat while I'm doing lives. If you're catching the catch up, then there won't be a live button in the top right hand corner, but please do comment. If you've got any questions, do comment in the comments area below the description bar on the catch up, and I will get back to you in the following few days. I kind of have a go. I have a whole session. California. Ooh, how are things in California? Didn't you have, in fact, both from California and Washington State, fires, not fires? Morning, Sherry from Oregon. So yes, do a thumbs up. If you don't already subscribe to my YouTube channel, bottom right hand corner you will find a link to subscribe, and if you click the alert bell, then there is options of how to have alerts coming up, and you'll get an email every time I go live. Hello, Lorna from sunny Chester. Lorna will be joining me for our retreat this weekend. Can't wait. And while I remember, Lorna, your Stamparatus and other bits and pieces that you earned when you promoted arrived today. So I'm going to keep them until after the weekend, just in case you're lucky on the raffle, and I must let you know how many raffle tickets you have got, but I'll send it all at one go. We've got really weird weather here in the UK, for those of you in the States, and we are British, therefore we talk about the weather a lot. We've had a dreadful summer. I mean, it's been appalling. And the beginning of September has been lovely because the schools have gone back certainly in England and Wales. They went back 2 weeks ago in Scotland, and Scotland had really good weather 2 weeks ago. It seems to just happen. That's just the way these things happen. So yes, we've had 30 degrees the last couple of days. Today it's not quite sure what it's doing. There's been rumbles of thunder, there's been heavy showers, but it's a little bright at the moment. Anyway, I'm going to flip down and get started. I have done some preparation, not a huge amount, but some. And I'm going to be using a product that is not from Stampin' Up, but I will talk about that later. It's not a rival product, it's fine, I'm allowed to use it. But what I have already done is I've got a balmy blue layer, just matte, one of my standard size mats. The dimensions will be over on my website. After this, I will write the blog post and it will go live probably tomorrow. So I've run this through with the new Timber 3D embossing folder, which is in your mini catalogue on page, let me find it for you, on page 37. I think it's part of the Peaceful Place. Yes, it's part of the Peaceful Place suite, but it's gorgeous. So I have used that on my balmy blue. And then I've got a piece of the penguin paper that is one of the Sale-a-Bration items. I think it's the first one in the brochure from memory. There we are. So it's a level 1 item. So for every £45 or 60 euros, 50 US dollars, I think 60 Canadian dollars, and I don't know how many New Zealand or Australian dollars, but that sort of amount is one. If you spend that, you're entitled to an item. Everything I'm using that is from Sale-a-Bration is a level 1. So I've cut this piece of paper, but I'm using this side because we're going to have a little scene, and I thought we might as well use the trees for the background, and I've chosen balmy blue to give a nod to the sky. Hello Lisa from Australia. Yes, it must be late evening in Australia. Wow. So yes, so balmy blue layer with the timber embossing, 3D embossing folder, a piece of the penguin paper, and I have already die cut, and there's sticky on the back, the gate post, fence post, a balloon, and the sun from the sheep dies. And I've got out the two dies that I'm going to need with the sheep, and I will need another something for the sentiment. So I'm going to start by colouring my bedazzling. 11:37. Good heavens. Okay, that's late. Hello Claire, how are you? So bedazzling, you can colour with a number of things. I'm going to use Stampin' Right markers. Now for the fence, that's actually not a bad colour, but I'm going to make them a little darker just by using a soft suede dark blend. So it is going to be quite dark, and if you use the side of your blend, you can colour, basically you're colouring the background of the bedazzling. But I'm doing this first so that there is there's time for the alcohol to evaporate off, so that this is then dry to stick on my card. Then I'll do my stamping. I've got some colouring to do on my stamped images, and then we can put it all together and that sort of thing. You're fine. Good. Glad to hear it. Just ordered the sheep yesterday. Went wonderful. Perfect timing. The dies, so that there are dies for the sheep. There are the summer shadow dies, and also the bedazzling. I don't know how the stock levels are in each region. They will be different. But what we were told is that these, once they are gone, assuming they do sell out, I use sell out in the broader sense of that term because they're free, assuming they aren't in stock anymore, they won't be reordered. Everything else will be reordered, mostly because everything else is made by Stampin' Up. So this is Daffodil Delight on my sun, and again it's the dark blend. Now you can put a little spritzer together with some rubbing alcohol and some re-inker if you want to do a large area. I think I have seen people use Stampin' Right markers, And I think I have seen people use water and re-inker. Hello, Jenny. We're using sheep again. I sent Jenny a card that we made on a YouTube live a few weeks back because she was going through a not great time. 10 past 12. Okay, fair enough. Now, what colour will I think I'm gonna use Bermuda Bay for my balloon because I want it to be reasonably obvious, and I don't think I want red or anything like that. So we'll go Bermuda Bay. It'll be a bit of a contrast to the soft sea foam and balmy blue, but that's fine. So that is our balloon done. So I just need to get rid of something on my phone. Right, so those bits are all now ready to just dry. So the next thing I've got to do is stamp and colour my sheep. Waiting for the ambulance to come back with your husband. Oh, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I'm sure you'll be thrilled to have him back with you. So I've just got a piece of basic white card. Nothing particularly exciting about it. It's basic white card. And I'm just going to ink up each of my sheep with Memento. I love you can colour them. I know, Lorna, the colouring, the bedazzling is just wonderful. So that's the first sheep. You can use classic ink if you would rather. So I could do this in one of the greys because I'll be using smoky slate probably to colour the shadowing. Just a bad migraine. Well, that's actually kind of good, isn't it, if it's just a bad migraine? It's been a while since I've had a migraine, she says, touching wood hard. I used to get really nasty migraines. And it was one of the ironies. I'd get a really nasty migraine, go to the doctor and say, I need something so I don't get another really nasty migraine. And I wouldn't get one until whatever they'd given me had run out, as in gone out of date. I do find now a real strong espresso and lots of water and fresh air can sometimes stop a migraine for me. I get my migraines, a lot of people's migraines are caused by take any 4 of these 12 things. So yeah, kind of difficult. No, a bad migraine is horrible, absolutely horrible. But it's less horrible than something more serious, is kind of what I mean. So I've got the smoky slate combo. I'm also going to bring in the ivory from the ivory and bronze combo. And I may bring in something else later. I may not. Oh, I know what I could use. I'm going to use the bronze. So, because they're sheep, I'm going to keep them basically white. Hello, Nora. But I'm going to, obviously they've got shading, so I'm going to have some shading. So I'm going to have my shading where it's kind of obvious it's underneath. So I'm going to put down some light smoky slate first, and then some dark smoky slate, and then I'm going to colour it in. We have a number of people in the village who keep rare breed sheep, rare breed sheep, not sleep, and actually none of them are grey. Just saying, or indeed white. They're more of a kind of, well, some of them are really, really dark brown. I mean, I'm talking soft suede early espresso, and some are kind of yellow. But hey, what are we seeing? No, it's less serious than the brain. Absolutely. That is exactly what I meant, Jenny. Right, I suddenly was seeing a thing about bingo and I was thinking, what's this got to do with bingo? And then I realised it's because two people are from the same place. So it's a reference to, it's like Snap. Right, so I'm going to colour them both at the same time because I'm using the same colours. But as I say, these are not like any of the sheep around us, which are definitely dark. And I've got a bit of shading there, and I'll have a bit under the ears, because we can. I might do some more around the face, but I'll do that in a little while. Oh, and I'm going to be using the colour lifter as well. I love me a colour lifter. So I've got lots of exciting things planned for my virtual team retreat this weekend. We don't tend to craft a huge amount, is the only thing I would say. So I think I'm being slightly less ambitious this time than I was last time. We were very ambitious last time. So I think what I've got planned this time is doable. Last time it really wasn't. Right, so let's go over that with this. But it's just nice to hang out, and because we are spread to the four winds, including into Europe, we just do it on Zoom, which is lovely. And we've got all sorts of people coming this time who weren't on the last one, which is nice. I think we've got everyone who was on the last one, plus some extras. So that will be fun. Now I will be using the colour lifter to blend that in, because at the moment it's very obviously dark. Red-breed sheep run rampant in this house. Hello from across the Great Pond in the US of A. Hello Patricia. Hello Judith. Hello. Oh, Patricia again is going sunflowers. Sunflowers, always a positive in my life. Love me a sunflower. I think I mentioned this, but there was a sunflower farm that's on the way to our nearest town. We're sort of equidistant between two towns, one that I like going to and one that I don't so much. And they were actually doing kind of pick your own sunflowers, but they've stopped doing them, and there's lots. So colour lifter, I'm just going to go around the edge of all of the colouring that I've done and just, you know, blend. I may bring in the fat end. Raining again. We had lightning last night. We had lightning and thunder, but we didn't have any rain. We desperately need rain. Just saying. Hello, Audrey. There is a practice among sheep farmers to dye their sheep. Oh, really? Didn't know that. I don't think the yellow sheep near us are dyed. I think they are just... I mean, when I say yellow, they're kind of buff, beige. They're not a kind of colour. They're probably ivory, actually. Anyway, so I'm just blending this in a bit with the colour lifter. It does a really nice job of it actually pushes the ink back. I know I say this every time, but it is pushing the ink back. But they're probably a little greyer than I want them to be, but it's fine. I'll just scribble a bit more of the colour lifter on. Right, faces. So I'm going to use ivory for their faces. We've had sort of the odd smattering, Suzanne, but nothing that I would call helpful. I mean, bearing in mind we've had such an appalling summer, it's just been cold and miserable. We just haven't had much rain. I mean, not proper rain. So we were all getting a bit excited about having thunderstorms, and now we don't know why we bothered. So let me just show you their little faces. The ivory works quite nicely for a face. Right, so I'm going to use dark on their leggies, because I can. I don't know why I'm using dark, but I'm using dark. And then I'm going to use bronze for their hooves. Again, because I can. It's just so they're a bit different. as in the bits of them are a bit different. I do love this set though. I wish it was in either the mini or the annual, but it's not, so we've got it for 2 months, so we're just going to have to live with it for 2 months. So as I say, bronze feet. What I'm trying to do is not use too many blends, although Sale-a-Bration is a great time to add a few packs of blends to your collection, because if you've got an order that is just short of a Sale-a-Bration item, throw in a pack of blends because they're not that expensive. Pomeranian fluff ball, quite. Anyway, right, so I'm just going to cut these out and run them through my mini die cutter. I think I will need to split them, so I will, and then we can start putting everything together. I think I might treat myself to some more cutting plates. I actually have more cutting plates, but this one is getting a little bit tatty. And it does make a difference if you are finding that your cutting plates are, well, that your dies aren't cutting as well. Just change your plates and it will make a huge difference. I'm going to be a little better safe than sorry, and I'm going to stick this to my card with a post-it note. I think it was on Tuesday I said you can use washi tape, but sometimes washi tape can be too sticky. Hello, Steffi! I'm hoping you've had the invitation to the Team Retreat Facebook page. Fingers crossed. I think I've invited everyone. I've done all the filming. I have got to do the dimensions, and that's about it. So we're pretty close to being there. It's amazing. I'm glad you like the colouring, Patricia. So there we go, and the post-it note's done just what I want. It's held it all nicely in place so that it's a nice even cut. And as I say, it is better than washi tape from that point of view because it doesn't get sticky. Other sticky notes are available. Right, let's get rid of those. And so next week I am going to take off, as in I won't be going live, but I will be doing videos at the same time, one of which will be a tour of my new ever so tidy, ever so organised studio. Just so you know. Right, so the only other thing I need to do is my sentiment, which I'm going to do You're Amazing. And again, I'm going to use Memento. You've received your first order of mint tape. Whoa. Fingers crossed. It is supposed to be very good. There's also the purple tape. Is it purple cow? Anyway, purple tape. Maybe mint tape is purple. Can't remember. Anyway. Low tack painter's tape is supposed to be good as well. You know, that like what we used to call masking tape, but less sticky than masking tape. Now, what I haven't quite decided is what I'm going to punch that with. I think I might use, or die cut it with, I think it's going to be too small for the small oval. Oh no, it's the right size, so I'm going to use the oval. Because I haven't used the oval for a long while. So, You're Amazing. And I might, see how the space is, use some bedazzling for the large oval, but I'll see what the spacing is. Right, so the first thing I am going to do is stick this to this. Still stuck to your cards, did it, Audrey? Oops. That's not good. I am going to use seal. I saw that you had joined, Lorna. It's whether Steffi has had her invite that I was thinking. Do remember, those of you who are not demonstrators, that until the end of the month you can, wherever you are in the world, assuming you are in a Stampin' Up covered country, you get a free bundle from 12 of the new mini bundles, mini catalogue bundles, to add to your starter kit. So if you are not already a demonstrator, now is the perfect time to join. And of course, if you're in Europe, now is the perfect time to join my team. Just saying. So let's press that on the back. So that is now all in place. I am going to stick it to its main card as well, purely because having run this through, it's a bit wibbly wobbly. Don't worry, Lisa, I'm very happy. Oh, good, Steffi. I'm glad you got your invite. Very, very happy for you to talk about dogs. I love dogs. I was brought up with dogs. My parents, when I was about 6 months old, my parents bought a yellow Labrador pup. And she was small enough that she could walk through the bars of my playpen, because I am old enough that we had cages as playpens. So she'd walk through my playpen, pick up my toys and take them out the other side. But we became part of the same pack. So yes, very fond of my old Labrador I was. And then when she sadly was no longer with us, my parents got a Welsh Springer Spaniel. My mother always used to say that my mother would go for a 1 mile walk, and Scrumpy, who was our Welsh Springer Spaniel, would go for a 5 mile walk, because they are, sorry, it's got a bit fuzzing down the side. I recently changed the blade on my trimmer because I've done all my paper shares and it was a little bit blunt. But yes, so okay. As I said, I coloured these with blends, so those of you that joined a little later, I have already die cut some bedazzling paper, which I have coloured with blends. So this is dark soft suede, dark daffodil delight and dark Bermuda Bay, and I'd already got it on sticky tape, the adhesive sheet. Didn't actually know I'd done that, but I had. So doesn't matter, it's better that I have it. So I'm going to pop this kind of there-ish, so part on, part off the paper, like that. Got a gubby thing there, so that's there. Then this is going to go there, this is going to go there, the sun is going to go in the sky, the balloon is going to be held by there, our sentiment is going to go there, and I think more bedazzling would probably be a step too far, so I'm going to not do the more bedazzling. But this is where I'm going to bring in my thank you, Audrey, nothing quite like a sparkly gate. Yeah, Run for Mars. Well, Welsh Spring Spaniels were bred for putting up birds, as in, for people who went shooting. So I've got a couple, I've had these for years, I've got a couple of these mini action wobbles. I've put a link in the description bar for where you can get them in the UK. These are the bigger one, but I'm using the small ones, and they literally just bobble. So you can either put, what I tend to do is put the bit that's, I'll show you what I'm talking about, shall I? Actually, I'll show you on the big one, because it'll be easier to show you on the big one than on the small ones. So this is what they look like. So one side you've got a solid, and the other side you've got a hole in the middle, which is where the spring is. What I tend to do is stick this to the thing that's going to wobble, and this to the background. So This is the thing that's going to wobble. So I'm going to stick this to that first, and then I'm going to stick it to the background. As I say, I've had these for years, so I'm hoping they're still going to be sticky. I would say they are not cheap, but if you want lots and lots and lots of them, you can get them in a 100 pack. These were 12. They are expensive if you only want 12, but if you want to do lots and lots, then you can get them in a pack of 100, and they are a fraction of the price. So that's going to be where that is. So I'm going to remove the backing from the base. Famous last words. I am going to remove the backing from the base. There we go. I found these when I was tidying up. I didn't remember having them, and I found them when I was tidying. So I'm going to have it at a bit of an angle like that. So just press it down, and then we've got our springy. So I'm going to do the same for this one, because that's going to, oh, shall I? Actually, no, I'm not going to have that springy. I'll have that up on dimensionals. For those in the UK, this will not be an ordinary letter. Well, it may, I suppose. Once it's in the envelope, that might squash flat. So it may just go through it, but it will certainly be, if it's not, it will only be a large letter. Did that make sense? Did what I say actually make sense? I don't think it was even a sentence. Anyway, so take the backings off there. But yes, I think just having our jumping sheep springing is probably the way to go. And then we'll have this one just there. Then I can peel the backing off this, because again this was on sticky sheet, and pop that behind. So he's got his balloon, and then the sun can go up in the sky. And again, I'm going to have that coming off. You can do it with, yes, you can do it with a piece of card as well. But as I say, I found that I had these, so I thought I might as well use them. Yes, you can get them by 100 in 100. And I think 100 are about £30. But yeah, about £30, which for 100 is not a lot. Right, so we've got that stuck, we've got that on, we just need to do something with this. I will punch a piece of bedazzling with the oval and see what it looks like, and then you can decide. So, bit of bedazzling. Where's the opening? There's the opening. That should be about wide enough. Or not, that's right, I'll put it at a slight angle. So what I need you to tell me, gosh, that's stiff. Bear with me. Ooh. This may be one of those ones where you have to actually step on your punch. Oh, there we go. I have been known to step on my punch before now. Just to say that using your bedazzling does blunt blades, so don't do lots of the same die cut or punch. So I'm wondering that that's a bit too much. Personally, I think that's too much. Shall I bring it up so you can see it? What do you think? I think that's too much dazzle. I like the balloon, I like the sun, and I kind of like the disco gate, but I think that might just be a step too far. So I will leave that thought with you. But yes, they're just called Action Wobbles. So if you search Amazon for Action Blue Oval, could use a blue oval, yes. Misty Moonlight or Balmy Blue, Nora? But yes, if you want Action Wobbles, just search Action Wobbles, and these are mini Action Wobbles. I think they're actually Action Wobbles Mini. Absolutely, give it a try, Judith. I'm just going to pop those back into their bag. But you can absolutely do it with a piece of Z. Labels too much bling. Right. Okay, so I'll take that off. I will bring in Misty. Okay, Misty, light blue. I'm going to do one of each. Excuse me while I just dive into my drawers. Pardon the expression. Misty Moonlight. There you are. So I need a little scrappy scrap of Misty Moonlight. And a little scrappy scrap of Balmy Blue. And I will be stamping on the inside of my card. Is that going to be big enough? Not quite. That probably will be though. Yes, that will be right. So yes, I am going to do some stamping on the inside of my card as well. So let me just punch these out and then I will do my stamping while you decide whether you prefer Misty Moonlight or Balmy Blue. Oh, I wonder if I can do a poll at this point. Bear with me, because it's amazing what you can do here. So, oh, I think I can. I can. So I want, can I do, Misty Moonlight or Balmy Blue? Question mark. Can I change those? Oh, I can. Misty. Balmy. Right. Ask. So I've put a poll up. Hopefully you can see it. Can you see a poll? Can I see the poll? Yes, I can. Right, so we've got lots of people voting for Misty Moonlight at the moment. 56 of you, and you haven't even seen it yet. 56%, I should say. Right, so Balmy Blue is like that, and Misty Moonlight is like that. So I shall leave that for you for a while I do the inside of my card, which I had a mat. Where's my mat gone? There it is. A mat and a scrappy scrap. Scrappy scrap, because I'm going to do some photo bombing. So where's my stamps? There we go. And I'm going to use the one we haven't used yet for the photo bombing. So vote in the, even if you already voted by typing, vote in the poll and then we can see which is more popular. So a bit of photo bombing. I'm just going to have this coming in at the edge there. So Misty Moonlight. So yes, I'm going to ignore what you've typed and go by what you've voted for. Aren't I horrid? And all you have to do is vote Misty or Blue or Balmy. I mean, I'm Balmy. So I'm going to have that there. So far, Misty Moonlight is winning the poll. Not sure it's winning the typing, but it is winning the poll. Oops. Oops. And for those of you who don't know that I say this often, that's a half chamois in a half wood case, which we used to sell and we don't anymore. Right, so that's going on the inside, so let's get rid of that. I'll stick this on the inside, giving you another couple of minutes to vote, and then we will go and finish our card. So at the moment, Misty is still definitely in the lead on the poll, and I will be ignoring the typing. Yeah, Audrey's saying, typing Balmy, 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 Balmy. unfortunately won't make a difference. Oh, apparently I've got an error. Can you see me still? I'm hoping you can still see me. Could somebody just let me know that you can still see and hear me? Please. Please. Pretty please. Pretty please. Can you? You can. Super. It's just I've got an error message saying that it says YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience open widget. Super, thank you very much. Right, so the result of the poll was, in spite of Audrey typing balmy 4 times, Misty Moonlight. So Misty Moonlight is what we're going for. I have to say, if it was left to me, I would go Misty Moonlight because I think the balmy blue fades into the balmy blue. So I have to say I agree with the Misty Moonlight brigade. So I'm going to stick this to my Misty Moonlight just with some seal, and then I'm going to that's just telling me the poll is wrong. Okay, it's not actually, but okay. I love that idea. No, the poll is doing the right thing. Oh dear. Nothing like a bit of stuff. Humour, that's the one I'm looking for. Right, so you're amazing. Actually, I don't like that little corner sticking out. So I'm going to go straight and down a bit. I'm going to bring it down so I can see what I'm doing. That would be novel, wouldn't it? So I'm going to go over the edge a bit, like that. You're amazing! And then we've got our photo bomber. Audrey, now there's a surprise. You agree with Lisa that the poll is wrong. 64% of you went for Misty Moonlight. Just saying. Yep, 14 votes. I'm going to end the poll. And 64% wanted Misty Moonlight. And the rest of you wanted balmy blue. So there we go. I'm interested that there are 12 viewers and yet there's 14 votes. And I didn't vote. Anywho, I'm just going to grab an envelope and a Royal Mail slot and just see what happens. This will be really boring for anyone who's not in the UK, of course, but it may be the same in other countries. So, one envelope. So I'm going to squish my bouncy whatnot down and pop this into my envelope. And then if I close my envelope, it goes through the small slot. You were voting for the wrong colour, were you, Lisa? So were you voting for balmy blue when you meant to be voting for Misty, or the other way round? Anywho, so yes, it goes through the small slot. Woohoo! So for those of you in the UK or anywhere else that has a narrow slot, which is 5 millimeters tall, it will go through as an ordinary letter. So there you go, that's today's card. It's rather cute, even though I say so, who shouldn't? I have to say I did find the idea on an unnamed source in on Pinterest. You wanted the dark blue. Okay, that's all right then. So yes, I hasten to add it was the layout that was from Pinterest, not using the bedazzling, or indeed any of the other bits. It was just the basic layout, but I think it's kind of cute, great for kids. So yes, Right, I'm going to flip the camera up so I can see you better. Well, also you can see me better. Gosh, I wish I looked that healthy in real life. I don't think there's a filter, but there may as well be. When I look in the mirror, I have wrinkles. When I look at the when I look on the camera here, I have fewer wrinkles. It's really nice. Anyway, so there we are. That is today's card. Just a bit of fun. So next week you will get ordinary videos. Hello Jan, we're just finishing up, but this is the card we made. So I'll be timing the videos to go live as if they were in the live slot. So 11 o'clock on Tuesday morning, 3 o'clock on Thursday afternoon. I'll see if I can throw in some other videos along the way as well. But I'm going to take a week out, probably to sort out my retired stock, but not doing lives. So there we go. So do remember, if you haven't already put a thumbs up, please do a thumbs up. Oh, I've frozen. I will enjoy the time off, thank you, even if it is going to be sorting out retired stuff. I need to start selling it. So yes, have a fantastic night, afternoon, morning, and I will see you live in 2 weeks' time. But in the meantime, there will still be content to hopefully keep you amused. Possibly not as amused as when I go live. I try and be a little bit more sensible when I'm recording. Doesn't always work, but sometimes it does. Anyway, thank you very much indeed. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you in a couple of weeks. Bye bye. I'll put up my end screen and wish you all a fond farewell.